Welcome to CityCast Denver. I'm Paul Caroli, and here's what Denver's talking about. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show today. Joining me on the pod today is one of our favorite regular guests. He's a stand-up comedian. He's our man inside Casa Bonita. And he's got a show coming up this weekend he might tell us about. Hey, Josh Emerson, welcome to the show.
Oh, hi, Paul. Hi, Olivia. It's me, Josh Emerson, your favorite neighborhood Navajo. I'm so excited to be back. I am doing a show this weekend, Saturday, the 21st at the Bug Theater on Navajo on Navajo. It's March Powwow weekend, too, so you can just get a lot of just indigenous in your system this weekend. We got a great headliner, Sam Malcolm, one of the best clown acts this side of the hemisphere. And he's native, and I'm like, all right, let's see some swords being juggled, let's see some fire being spit. So I hope to see a couple of y'all out there.
Is that for real? He's gonna do fire. He's gonna do swords.
I don't want to oversell it, but I have seen this guy clone himself, so it's pretty cool. All right, that's
wow.
I think he has some gecko in him. I don't want to oversell it, but I think he is gonna fly.
Okay. So. Okay, as long as we're not overselling it, that's good.
Yeah.
So
okay,
we'll put a link in the show notes for that. And then Joshua mentioned our the other voice joining us here, producer on the show, Olivia Jewel Love. What's up, Olivia?
Hey guys, I'd like to wish a happy birthday to my cat.
Wow. Which
Today's
cat?
be
Which
happy
cat's
about it?
birthday?
Can you-
Jimbo?
Pompey is 11
Pompey.
today.
Are you
Everybody
guys in
say
a
happy
fight?
birthday, Pompey.
Happy birthday, Pompey.
Yeah.
Happy
Thank
birthday,
you.
Pompey. Glad you
Thank
made
you.
it. Going strong. Stronger than ever.
How old?
11, allegedly. He's
Wow.
I've had him for 8 years. They think he was 3 when I got him. He's somewhere between the ages of 8 and 11.
And what are you going to get him a special treat?
Well, he got a package in the mail from his meows. And so yeah,
You have to say that word one more time. Is it
Meow.
I've
meows?
never heard that term before.
his meow ma and his meow pa and his meows. Yeah, so he will be doing a little unboxing
Wow.
of his gift, and I might get him a special toy from the pet store, and he'll get a churro, of course. So it'll be a big day, and his brother, of course, will get to join in on the festivities. So really excited.
See, that's
Wow.
where I draw the line. I think birthdays are about the haves and the have-nots, and part of the birthday gift is that other people have to watch you enjoy in whatever celebration you're doing, but don't get to partake in it fully.
You don't share your birthday cake at your birthday party?
I
Isn't
was
that
a
kind of the
summer
whole
baby.
point of birthday cake?
I prefer espresso on my birthday.
Okay.
Random.
All right. Well, on
You know,
that note.
what about a churro?
Okay. I don't know what that is. I'm not asking
You have a
about
cat and you don't know what churro is?
it. I will talk to you about it after the show.
No free plugs.
We
No
got to
free
get
plugs.
into some of our topics today. We got a lot of interesting stuff to talk about. We are going to be talking about some revelations about how ICE, that's Immigration Customs Enforcement, has been operating here in Denver. One report of hold rooms in the city and across the state, and then also a more longitudinal study of ICE operations in Denver even before the current Trump administration. And then finally, later in the show, Joshua's got some kind of fun surprise for us. Before that first topic, though, I do want to clarify one point from yesterday's episode because I heard from both people involved. I left one piece a little bit too ambiguous when we were talking about the Melat Quiros Diana DeGette race at the County Democratic Party County Assembly on Saturday. I talked about Deep Singh Badesha, one of our past guests here on CityCast Denver. I think I said that he was working for Melat Quiros' campaign, and I wanted to specify that he was, in fact, the lead organizer of Melat's caucus and assembly effort through the DSA's working group for Melat that was formed after the Democratic Socialists of America's Denver chapter endorsed her. So he was not working for the campaign. He was a volunteer through the DSA working on the campaign at that event. So just to clarify, and I suppose while I'm talking about it, I guess I should also mention that I heard from several big Melat Quiros fans about their experience at the assembly that we were talking about last Saturday. And we had been saying like, oh, there was tech problems, and which were widely reported. The whole Democratic Party had tech problems with this new system, Airtable. But we were kind of speculating like, oh, was maybe some tech issues led to Kyros having such a outsized, victory over DeGette in this early vote. And I heard from all of these Kyros people, the tech problems happened later in the day. The first vote that actually led to that the 66%, 33% thing, the quote trouncing, that was earlier in the day, and there were no tech issues at that point, according to them. So that's what I know. That's what I heard. Thank you all for reaching out about that. Appreciate your enthusiasm. I definitely see lots of Kyros energy in our audience right now. So I thought I might share. But our main top story today, ICE. We got some new reporting to talk about, revealing new details about how ICE is operating in Denver. I will say before we get into it that I have reached out to ICE now a few times to ask for an interview, and I have not heard back from them. So we are relying on the reporting of our peers. First, from the Colorado Times Recorder, Logan Davis, I thought had some this story that people have been talking about for the last couple of weeks since it came out. I only see it growing and growing, very revealing. Olivia, I wonder if you just want to talk through exactly what this report was, what he found.
Yeah, this was really great reporting from them. They did some records requests with the Data Deportation Project to find out some more information about what's going on. Basically, long story short, ICE has been saying there's one detention facility in Colorado, and there have been talks about wanting to expand that. Mm-hmm. But through
and
these records requests
in Hudson.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk and protest, as you said. But through this data requests, they found out that there are actually at least 9 ICE facilities in the state, and a lot of them are kind of flying under the radar and are these smaller facilities that it's not super clear what's going on in them.
Can you explain what we do know, though, about what they are? Like their hold rooms was the term that kept coming up, and I wasn't sure what that was.
There's a hold room. There was one that was documented in Denver. There's a few of these throughout the state. And so this hold room seems to be kind of what they were using as like a limbo room before people they had detained were sent to like full facilities like the Geo facility in Aurora. And so they were just these small holding rooms that like didn't have a bed. They had like a drain in the floor, some access to water. A lot of them didn't have bathrooms. And originally, like last year, they were supposed to be only held in there for 12 hours. Then it was increased to 72 hours where they could hold people in these holding cells for 72 hours. Well, these data requests, these documents these reporters have been looking at have showed that they have broken that rule countless times. People have been held in these rooms for weeks before they get transferred to other facilities within the state or with like in other states or, deported. And so there's some other rules about the hold rooms, like children are not supposed to be in them. People over the age of 70 are not supposed to be in them. Like medically fragile people are not supposed to be in them. So there's just like some rules, and all these documents have shown that ICE continues to break their own rules basically on these rooms.
That there are people that have been documented to be in these facilities.
In these rooms.
That
children,
are of ages. Yeah, interesting.
Children, old people, pregnant women, I think.
And not a small amount of people either.
No.
The report said in a 10-month span, at least 3,000 Coloradans have been held in these spaces. At least one confirmed case of a person being there for 39 days. And some of them were, at like the actual ICE facilities, and then some of them were in like strip malls. But there's a lot of them where the address is incorrect. Like they just put Denver Health, and there's been no ICE activity at Denver Health, and so it's pretty terrifying. 3,000 isn't an insignificant number.
Yeah, the Denver Health one was curious because there was, and it kind of confusing and like. The documents are also a little bit like contradictory and unclear. Like it was clear that ICE did not want to like explain what was in the documents to the Colorado Times Recorder. And they really just had some data that might not have all lined up. So the Denver facilities that Joshua mentioned, Olivia, I wonder if you can like try to spell that out. Like what exactly was happening here in Denver, in the city?
Yeah. So One of the facilities they listed was a hold room in Denver, and the reporters at the Colorado Times Recorder went to it. And it's in a strip mall in Montbello, like Josh said. And they found out that address is actually a furniture store and has been for 2 years, even though these documents have been listing like operations going up like in the middle of this investigation they were doing. So they were logging people being detained here, and they were logging data during this time, even though the address they had listed was functionally a furniture store. So it's super confusing.
The mind races at what was actually happening.
It's really confusing. I mean, it makes you think a lot of things like, is there a hidden room in this furniture store? Or have they just not updated the address? Are they faking all of this? Like, there's a lot of things that it makes you think immediately. But I mean, none of it's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those situations where, like, because they are being so secretive and your mind does race, it could be not that bad at all. It could be way worse. We just don't know. So you got to just speculate, I guess, and try not to.
I mean, people being detained at any rate is not good. You know?
Yeah, I like the 14th Amendment in the Constitution. I feel like it's
Which
very
one is
important. It's the one that says due process applies to all persons on the soil, that we're all sort of, shouldn't be just taken into a room. And that doesn't apply to just U.S. citizens. It's anybody that's on U.S. soil. I mean, the Constitution has been very clear about that. The Supreme Court has been very clear about that. And another aspect of this that's like kind of frustrating, or not kind of, absolutely frustrating, is that 45% of the people that were intaked into Glenwood had no criminal record. 55% of the people that did have a criminal record that of these detainees were like traffic stops or traffic related, and so only 17% of the detainees held in Glenwood Springs had violent criminal records, and it's frustrating because part of the political rhetoric around these increased ICE activity is that you're getting the worst people out of the community, out of the country, and it's just mathematically not true. That these are nonviolent people that are sort of just being targeted, because of their race and their skin.
This episode is brought to you by Denver Health. We talk a lot about building a stronger Denver, and one of the smartest investments that you can make, your kids' health. That's why Denver Health is proud to tell Denverites about its Denver Health school-based health centers, 19 health clinics located right inside Denver Public Schools. Students can get medical care, mental health counseling, dental services, sports physicals, immunizations, and more, all without leaving their campus. You ever had to make a dentist appointment or a doctor's appointment for a child when the dentist office is open till like 3 o'clock in the afternoon? If they can do it right at school, it's like doesn't even mess up their day at all. And here's the big one. Services are provided at no cost to families. It's convenient, it's confidential, and it helps students stay healthy, focused, and ready to learn. So if you're a DPS parent, guardian, or student, this is one Denver resource worth knowing about. Learn more about how Denver Health supports our kids at denverhealth.org/SBHC. That's denverhealth.org/SBHC. Hey, did you know CityCast Denver has a perks program? Every week, we're highlighting some standout deals from our favorite businesses in town to help you support local and save some money. It's a win-win. Here's a highlight from this week. Coming to Denver or planning a staycation? Reserve your Mile High Experience box with Green Door. Choose edibles or flour, plus Colorado-made snacks and travel essentials, ready for pickup at our trusted local dispensary partner. Everything you need to elevate your trip and enjoy local experiences. And you can use our code DENVERPERK for $10 off. These businesses are offering deals to CityCast readers and listeners because they know you're the most engaged and passionate Denverites. To see a full list, just visit denver.citycast.fm/perks. It's a great way to check out new restaurants, shops, and events in your city without breaking your budget. And And I love that for you. And by the way, if you have a local business, you can offer your deals on our perks page too. Visit denver.citycast.fm/perks to learn more today.
Joshua, I wanted to ask you a big picture question about this, because these revelations were like really interesting to me, because I of course have read about the Geo Group's run facility in Aurora for years and years, and had been following this thing in Hudson. And then this revelation that there's more ICE facilities was surprising. But I wondered, for you, did it change anything about how you understand how ICE has been operating in Denver?
Yeah, this one and the 5280 article, which I think we're going to talk about it in a little bit, just in terms of that there's been not only an increase in ICE activity, but they're changing how they're trying to bring these people in, where they're attacking more community spaces, and that because of that change and because they're going after communities instead of like activity, it is just an inefficient way to catch criminals. That even though that there's been an increase in detentions, that there hasn't been an increase in getting violent offenders off of the streets. And it's just more people have been detained, unfortunately. They have to go through this process that they don't even follow their own rules, their own policies. I mean, GEO Group is a terrible organization. They, have had issues with like exploitative detainee labor, like paying $1 a day for labor, poor living conditions, violence, neglect and abuse, and even like improper use of hazardous chemicals. So they're big on like the dehumanizing end of the private prison system. What was kind of scary to me is that the detention center in Hudson and the other one that they're thinking of, they're former private prisons. They're private prisons that have already been built, but then have not had enough prisoners to sort of keep them profitable. So. But what's happened is that they're coming in and they're like, oh, here's another revenue source, is this increase in ICE activity, which means increase in detainees, which means an increase in profit for this GEO Group, that they're being able to reuse assets. Like already it's dehumanizing and using slave labor with the private prisons, and now that they get to find a way to reuse that asset, 10, 15 years later.
Slave labor? I don't know. Is that what you're talking about? This report
I was just talking about the $1 a day. $1 a day. To me, it's slavery.
Yeah, certainly not minimum wage. If we'll put a report, I'll get a link from you afterwards. Put that in the show notes. I hadn't heard that data. Olivia, I got the same question for you before we move on, but I want to give you the top lines of this. This 5280 piece Joshua mentioned was a report about a study from CU Boulder economists that recently came out. They reviewed 10 years of ICE data, which is interesting because that 10 years spanned the first Trump administration and then the first 10 months of the second one, as well as, of course, of the Biden years. And they found a few top line takeaways. One, although ICE is arresting more people, fewer are convicted criminals. Two, ICE is arresting more people in public spaces. And then 3, Denver experienced the 6th largest spike in ICE arrests in the country, and only about 40% have a criminal conviction. Did any of that change how you were understanding what ICE had been doing in Denver?
No. I mean, I was under the impression that this was happening already, that a lot of people were being wrongfully detained just for being in this country. And seeing that like realized in the numbers, I thought was like honestly kind of validating, and also terrifying because that makes it so real. But I don't know. All I can really think about is like going back. I just keep thinking about these hold rooms in Denver, honestly, and like thinking about like what Josh said, just the minor infractions people get plucked off the street for like a speeding ticket. And I just can't imagine somebody getting a speeding ticket and getting dunked in one of these hold rooms that doesn't have a real address. And like, I don't know. That's just crazy to think of, because how does anyone how does your family know where you are? They don't, because the address isn't real.
Yeah, I had the same thought about because one of the places we talked about was Glenwood Springs and the strip mall. And I was thinking, well, that reminded me of that story from a few weeks ago about the black ace cards that
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was Border Patrol or ICE. It's a distinction without a difference at a certain point, but that were
Mhm.
doing a traffic stop and then pulling people out of their cars and then leaving those cards on the windshields for their family members to see when they picked up the cars. And all
Mhm.
those cards had was the address of the Aurora facility. They didn't have the address of any of these hold rooms that we didn't know about at the time. So
No, it's like they're
Where
hiding stuff.
yeah, we don't know.
Clearly.
There's probably more. I mean,
Well,
these
and
addresses
also
in
like
Denver are so unclear already, and so maybe they're somewhere else.
And also, the conditions of the Aurora facility are coming out. We're starting to hear about the bad conditions these people are being subjected to. That makes me wonder what is going on in these hidden facilities that they won't talk about because
Yeah.
they're not even advertising these facilities at all. They had to uncover these through data requests. What the hell is going on in there? Because it's probably way worse, and that's terrifying.
It certainly could be. It certainly could
Well,
be.
I mean, because when you're starting with like violating the Constitution and violating the policies of what the hold rooms are, like you're already starting from a point where there's no accountability towards any system at all. So it's just the people in the room, and sort of where are they at with how they understand the situation, which is terrifying.
Yeah. We're taking another break, and we'll be back with something fun Joshua cooked up for us. All right, we're back. Okay, here's the assignment. I was like, Joshua, give us a top 5. Anything you want. And your pitches were top 5 high schools named after directions, which I still kind of want to do because I don't know what the 5th one would be.
I do.
What is it? What would it be?
Northfield High School. Yeah.
Okay.
We could do that one real quick. All right. No, go ahead.
Okay. All right. I mean, that is a question for someday. Okay. The other one I liked was top 5 reasons why you don't pick up your dog's poop, which I only want to hear number 1. What's the one reason why you're not doing that?
Because I'm
It's
bored.
stinky.
I like to see the world burn. All right. They keep ripping down my posters in my neighborhood. All right. All I'm trying to do is promote a Native American comedy showcase. You can't leave that up. Berkeley. All right. Sorry.
Who's ripping down your posters?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The
the hell?
illegal posting police. Say, do you have a permit for that poster?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the list you actually put together for us? What are you really going to give us?
Yeah, well, March 18th is actually my anniversary with my fiance. It's when we had our first date at the Corner Beat. And we're actually
Nice.
getting married this year, November 1st.
Aw.
I know. And in honor of our last relationship anniversary, like we're going to have a new anniversary date once we get married.
Mm-hmm.
I've put together the top 5 places to get broken up with in the Denver metro for y'all single people. All
Hell
right.
yes.
put
That's
a lot
great.
of work into this. Okay.
Top 5 to get broken up with.
Broken up with. All
Okay.
right. Starting hot at number 5, Happy Camper. Okay. You're a terrible person. All right. You went to a Big Ten school, got a degree in finance, and you came out to Denver to ski more. And you're looking around and you actually are being broken up with by the guy. He's a jerk. You actually don't want to be with him. All right. And you're looking around at this Urban Outfitters of the Denver restaurant scene, and you realize you want to be better. All right. Getting broken up with Happy Camper. It's a low point, but it's also where you actually get to develop a personality too. So that's I'm happy for you. I'm excited. Yeah.
I can't say I've ever been to Happy Camper, but I'm looking at the website and okay, I get it.
I don't know. I think I was spot on.
Yeah,
Have
no,
you
it's
been,
great.
Olivia? Does that feel right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So that's number 5. Number 4, places to get broken up with.
Casa Bonita.
Okay.
Okay.
Casa
You know it well.
Yeah, I do know it well. I think the best part about getting dubbed at the greatest restaurant in the world is that you have instant distraction and booze, like right there at your fingertips. All right, so just go get a double mezcal, and then just try to keep your tears quiet as you watch the insanely mysterious Sorcero in the theater by the waterfall. All right.
It's a strong mark.
I mean, I do like being at Casa Bonita. I guess that would be a sad reason, but it'd probably be a fun time still.
People are nice in the bathrooms too. Like if you needed to go in there and cry, like I think the girls in there would pick you up in the bathroom.
Exactly. And then you can go. I don't know, watch the puppet show, or the arcade, or just eat 7 sopapillas.
And then afterwards, go to the Ark that's next door that smells like
That's
tea,
true.
but has good stuff in it.
One of the best arcs in the city for sure.
I love that Ark.
All right, Joshua, number 3.
Number 3. This one's a little bit specific to me, but the giant statue of an Arapaho warrior in Civic Center Park.
Okay.
There's 2 giant statues. One is of a cowboy, and the other one is of a Arapaho warrior. And I got broken up with in front of this statue before, and the biggest positive I took from that is that, like, the juxtaposition of me crying in front of that, like, manly statue and then being native, as I just knew it was cinematic. I was like, this is a great scene right now. Whoever gets to witness this right here is seeing art.
Wow.
Yeah. So I would highly recommend it. All right, let's move on right on to number 2, which is the Museum of Nature and Science. All right. One, there's just a ton of space. You know what I mean? There's different floors. There's a planetarium, and so you can, like, get away. As like you start that, because that's a great place to whisper fight too. Where where it really ends, and then you're able to get out. And it has one of the best rooftop views of Denver, just to sort of just to take it all in, and then look down and wonder if a fall would end it for you. You know what I mean? plus the cafeteria has really good fries. So
okay, I like that pick.
I
That's
like
another
that.
one like Casa Bonita, the nooks and crannies. You got different options.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hide.
For wherever
It's a great
your
place to
breakup
stalk
takes
somebody
you.
too.
Okay.
All right.
Noted.
And then
Number
number
one.
Take your
1,
word
the
for it.
best, my Josh Emerson's number 1 place to get broken up with. All right, Red Rocks Amphitheater. Okay.
Okay.
That's one where it's like you want to be broken up with, because there's so many people around you that are ready to fall in love right again. So, like, you could end 3 relationships and begin 7 at that place in the same concert. And plus it's just beautiful.
What if you drove together?
Ooh, she's gotcha.
Dang.
That's hard.
That's a terrible ride home.
I didn't even think about that. I mean,
Kind of isolated out there.
How are you getting there? How are you getting
because
home?
here's the thing. I'm the one that usually drives. You know what I
You're
mean? So
ditching
you're
them?
breaking up with me. Hey, you're stuck. So yeah, I will make the amendment. All right, Red Rocks Amphitheater, but only if you drive.
This is a
Because
great
then that's another thing. Is like, oh, you break up with me? Enjoy this $200 Uber you're gonna have to.
True. If you
Hell
can
yeah.
even get one.
Yeah. So that's my top 5 places to get broken up with in the city of Denver. How'd you guys like?
I loved it. I thought it was great. Thank you for doing it.
This was a good list. I did experience a breakup inside of Torchy's Tacos, the one on
Okay.
Broadway.
How did it treat you, the Torchies?
I bought dinner for my ex. I bought us dinner.
He
And then I
broke
looked
up
over
with
and
you
he got it.
after you bought dinner.
I bought dinner because you have to order first.
Yeah.
And then I went to our table and saw him get a Tinder notification on his phone.
Ooh.
And so
Damn.
then I went to the bathroom and collected myself slightly. And then we went outside and hashed it out in the parking lot. And I was crying. And then I said, enjoy your dinner, and left him with the table full of food. And then got
You
my
didn't even
car
take
and cried
yours,
and went home.
your tacos.
No, I did. I mean, I had lost my appetite. And also I liked that he had to deal with everything on the table. So
Oh my
hopefully,
God.
yeah.
Turn off your notifications, man. Like, what is this?
It was
Amateur
such a, I
hour?
was like, what the hell? Like, what?
You have no respect for me.
Well, clearly, but
Yeah.
yeah. So that was my Denver breakup story.
What about you, Bo? What's your best place to get broken up with? in Denver?
I don't I can't relate to this. My wife and I have been together for 15
Paul has
years.
never been dumped.
I mean, I have, but I was a different person then. And it wasn't in Denver even. It was like we moved here together and then we've been together the whole time. I don't know the city in that way. And I feel left
mean,
out.
if you-
Please don't break up with me, Megan.
I'm so sorry.
Don't break
that
up
you
with
have
your
this
wife just for
strong-
the plot, Paul. Don't do it. Not worth it. It's not that fun.
Yeah.
Well, listeners, let us know what you think. Do you have a place that you thought was particularly good or bad to be broken up with and around the city somewhere? Leave us your name and neighborhood with a voicemail or a text, and you might hear it on the show soon. The number is 720-500-5418. That's right. The breakup hotline is over. We want to hear your stories. 720-500-5418. Joshua, Olivia, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Bad Indian, March 21st at the Bug Theater.
That's all for today here on CityCast Denver. If you enjoyed the show, why not take a minute to tell your ex about us? Rate the show wherever you get your podcasts, follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and subscribe to our morning newsletter at denver.citycast.fm. Thanks so much to all of our new neighbors who have joined our membership program. You too can support the show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Denver neighbor today at membership.citycast.fm. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. See you then.